I was going to say, I think the answer is just send it everywhere. We can actually get huge angle on like this. Yes, sir. Yeah, baby. Full send. Hello and welcome to beautiful Johnson Valley, California. Welcome to two Volkswagen ID.4s that are modified for rally. And welcome to a video where I'm going to drive both of them. So let's go get these cars loaded up. I'm going to show you around them, talk about some of the modifications that's been done, some of the accomplishments both of these cars have, and then we're going to take them out there into the desert and drive them all around. Guys, I'm super pumped for today because we are literally in the middle of the desert with two electric Volkswagen ID.4s. You guys know we've made a ton of videos with ID.4s. I think we've done just about everything you can do with a stock car, from driving it quickly on back roads for performance evaluations, taking them off-roading on our new out-of-spec overlanding channel. But now here we have two cars that Volkswagen themselves have modified for two different events. So this particular car is a Volkswagen ID.4 all-wheel drive. It's a base car, a Pro, so it has the cloth seats, no sunroof, perfect for what they did with it, and it was entered in and completed the Rebelle Rally. Now, if you're not familiar with the Rebelle Rally, whoa, it's actually one of my favorite events in general, and I really hope to get some of the out-of-spec women involved, some of my colleagues involved with this in the years to come. Essentially, it's a women-only navigational race across certain areas, and I believe the location changes every year, so you can't use navigation, and you have to use somewhat of a stock car. So in terms of modifications here, ID.4 all-wheel drive already sits a little bit higher for US market. Of course, in European markets, the GTX sits a little bit lower, but we don't get that here. So we have no dynamic damper, but we do have just a little bit of a lift here or there. Wheels and tires are about the only serious modification. Join me around the side here. I'll show you. Interior has been adapted a little bit. You know, of course, it's got the roof rack on here because you need to bring equipment with you when you're going. You can see it's just an all-wheel drive Pro. This particular car was actually one of the ones that a lot of journalists were driving at the Chattanooga first drive launch. Look inside, it looks just like a normal ID.4 here. Almost no difference. Got the manual cloth seats, which I love and really enjoy. You can see it's at about 70% state of charge, 80%. It's only showing 100 miles of range, which means they've been really romping on it because, of course, these use a guessometer range calculation, not a rated range, so you can't use that to measure degradation. The battery's probably healthy on this. It only has 2,800 miles on it, but you know, when you're wide open throttle all the time. Rear seats removed. Some of the materials in the back are gone as well, so take a look there. Tanks for something. We tried to figure out what that was for. I don't know, maybe water for drinking. Hard to say. Car doesn't really need many fluids, at least while racing. So this will be one of the cars that we're going to go and experience today. This will be really fun because in all-wheel drive cars, you can back some of the stability control off in the braking menu, so we might secretly try that. By the way, both of these cars ran totally stock drivetrains and completed both of their events. So this one over here completed in the NORRA 1000 driven by Tanner Faust. It's an ID.4 first edition rear wheel drive. It's on the same wheel and tire package, just with a thicker sidewall on the tire. And the Geolandar All-Terrain by Yokohama. Really cool car, stock drivetrain. Some suspension modifications on this car. So this one's a little bit farther away from stock. By the way, both cars have this sort of metal bumper up here, which is cool. You can see it on this car as well, and it's sort of riveted in. It's really cool. And then, you know, inside this one's just crazy modified. So you open the door handle by lifting up like this when it loses power. Essentially, right now the car is powered on, but look at the door here, for example. Everything is gone. This is prepped much more hardcore, but again, is the smaller powertrain, 150 kilowatt rear motor in this particular car, 201 horsepower. And they left the traction control on for their rally. You can see it has some warning lights on the dash, again, showing very little range because it's at 80% with only 111 miles because they've been romping on it for this event, but that's pretty cool. And full cage, racing seats, battery disconnects because for regulations you have to have that. So the regulations between the two events are very different, but really cool of Volkswagen to do this sort of as a US-based program. You know, this isn't something that, you know, Volkswagen Germany said, let's do or whatever. The US people were like, let's make cool stories with their Halo car, their ID.4, and they really did. Take a look back here. We can't open back there. Anyway, you can peek in through here, through some of the air inlets. And it's just totally open, which is so cool. All of the interior removed. Gotta love that. Overall, can't wait to go for a ride in this one. So ID.4 still has the glass roof in it because it's a first edition. Right. Oh, that's right. So it's a first edition, but they put the base Pro screen on there because they just wanted a smaller screen is what we heard. I love that it still has the white steering wheel and the play and pause buttons as part of the the rally spec. Everyone knows the play and pause buttons gets you there faster. This is proof. So anyway, what we're going to do is drive it out in the desert. And I don't know, I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy. No, don't expect anything crazy sliding around. But when Volkswagen says, let's go drive 2 electric commuting cars in dirt, how could we say no?
Never thought I'd be in an ID.4 with helmets.
It does seem a little bit silly. I have my glasses on. I guess we don't need the mics here. So we'll just throw them in the cup holder.
Yeah.
Let's get the car set up in terms of, I don't know, they didn't say we couldn't turn traction control down. So we'll just go over here to brakes, ESC Sport. And so it's an interesting event. Volkswagen invited some journalists out to Johnson Valley where we are. And we're with Driven Experiences, right?
Yep.
And basically we're starting in the stockest car, and then we'll jump in the rear wheel drive in a bit. So you have to imagine, I'm sure they would have used the all-wheel drive for the NORRA race, but it wasn't out at the time.
Yeah.
Because rear wheel drive launched first, then all-wheel drive. Let's get the climate control going, shall we? Yeah. 68 degrees on recirc, auto, moderate. Oh, interesting. When you go recirc, it takes it out of auto. That's okay. So we should get some nice fans.
And we're
off we go. Hell yeah. Going out in the sand with the ID.4. What do you say? It feels a little rattly, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I'd say this car's been through a lot.
Power on, baby. Let's do it. So we have ESC.
Hey guys, just to let you know, you don't have to try to catch up to them. Just kind of keep your distance.
They're telling us to slow down already. How do we turn that off? Whoops, here we go, ready? Woo! So, at the end of the day, we're driving through some sand.
Yep.
And, you know, is this pretty exciting? No, because I've already done driving in sand. If you go to Out of Spec Motoring, you'll see us drive an ID.4 rear wheel drive through Joshua Tree, which is only about 30 miles away, I think. And we took it on a road like this, but we were ripping them.
Yeah.
So we've turned on Hello ID, of course. Look at the whoops here. Look at this thing. I mean, it is pretty cool. Yeah. Just stock all-wheel drive suspension. And it is important to note that with a all-wheel drive powertrain, you essentially only get full power if you're near full charged.
Yep.
Like here, I already have a bit of a power limit because we've come off of 100% state of charge. And that's natural for most EVs, but the all-wheel drives are really, I would say, particular to that. There's rocks out here in the road. Look at this thing going through. I mean, this is some serious sand. What do you think, Jordan?
Is it 80 or 90% when it drops below 100% power? You know?
I don't know. I didn't spend enough time testing it, honestly. We had so many cars when we had the all-wheel drive that I didn't really spend as much time as I wanted to with it. It's a little rattly in here, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think it's because they removed most of the interior.
Yeah.
Rally car spec.
Bare bones.
It's so wild doing this kind of driving. Here's some whoops and stuff.
There's so much storage in the back when you don't have a seat back there.
This is like the ultimate dog hauler like this. I hope we're going the right way. What do you think?
Yeah, we are.
Cool. We should start. Look at this thing moving around. Awesome. We're going in the big stuff. Oh yes. Traction control, staying out of our way for the most part. So should we go a little faster?
Yeah, we could.
Hell yeah,
We gotta catch up.
let's
Let's
full suspension here. Big whoop. It does pretty well, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is fun.
It says cruise control not available, travel assist is unavailable. We freaked something out. Pretty good whoops here. Look at blah, 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 blah. So I worry about going too hard because it's kind of a stock car.
Yeah.
This is kind of fun.
Yeah, if you were like going real fast, you could just catch air in all these.
Well, that's what they do.
Yeah.
So are we sure we're going the right way?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
It's a good thing we have that metal front bar on it. Damn. This is serious when you start picking up the speed, actually. It's so smooth, though.
Yeah. Actually decently comfortable.
So really the best way to drive on this is to do like 90 miles an hour and just have huge articulating suspension.
Yeah.
But these are some whoops. Everyone's just gonna get so sick watching this video. Yeah, I mean, we're not using much of the power. Once you get up to speed, you really don't need it. But like through here, we can hammer down, it looks like. Look at this thing. 60 plus miles an hour. It smooths out, but then there's these big dips. Oh, that was just didn't look like a bigger dip than it was.
It's a mirage. We're in the desert. Everything's an optical illusion.
I think the answer is... I was going to say, I think the answer is just send it everywhere and then say sorry if we break something.
Yeah.
We had the full rear end up there.
That was great. I got dust all over in my...
This is fun. This is fun. But we don't want to damage anything on the way out, of course. All the warning lights are on. It shows, it's just cycling through them. It shows a car with an exclamation point through it. Like, what are you doing to me? If we go to status, wait, there's a status menu here. Yeah, we shouldn't blow past these people. We don't get them. We have 4 messages here. It says ESC Sport. We know that one. What else? Error drive system, please service vehicle. Travel assist is currently not available. And lane assist. So we've really properly confused it. But it still makes full power and just spun them up.
Yeah.
I got a problem in the NORRA car.
Oh, we got a problem in one of the cars.
Yeah, he's right there.
Where?
Right here.
Oh, yeah. What happened here? He pulled over. Let's see what happened.
Ball joint.
Oh, it went?
Yeah.
Oh, no. On the right side? Oh, shit.
Oh.
All right. Let's pull over here and we'll wait for someone to come up. How does that sound?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole front wheel's just...
Oh, yeah, that doesn't look good.
Maybe we're not reviewing the rear-wheel drive car today.
Yeah.
Into park. And now you join us out here in the desert. There were no other survivors than our Rebelle Rally ID.4. It seems kind of weird that 2 guys in the women-only rally car somehow nursed it here without damage. The Beetle over there got a flat. The rear-wheel drive ID.4, I think the guy sent it way too hard and broke a ball joint, but we nursed this one over, so now we can have some fun on the dry lake bed on sort of like an autocross course. Now, thankfully, we chose correctly for this because this is the 300 horsepower, at least when fully charged. We're at about 75% state of charge, so still quite a bit, ID.4 all-wheel drive. And so we're going to back it down into ESC Sport. We're going to do a full acceleration. We're going to do full brakes. We're going to send it around some corners and just full-on rally style this thing for until they tell us to get out of here, I guess.
We got a couple guys now. I was the second guy now. I know we got a third.
So Jordan, what was supposed to be a day of off-roading in 3 vehicles has turned into 1. Thankfully, because we've been so kind to this car.
Yeah.
And nursing it here.
Imagine if all 3 broke. I don't know what to do.
Let's get the car set up really quick. We're going to go headlights on because it looks better for the crowd. We're going to go brakes, ESC Sport, and yeah, then we're just going to shred it. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay, and we have a couple checkpoints that we need to stop at for them to just check the surrounding area.
Yep.
It is an open land. We're in soggy bottom dry lake bed.
Yep.
And so, yeah, we're just going to send it around this course for a couple laps and see how this thing performs on dirt in sort of a flat out setting.
Should be a good time.
Okay, so we'll start with an acceleration run. They're going to let us know when.
Course clear, go ahead.
All right, full throttle. Launches smoothly, feeding in the power, feeding in the power. We've hit max and full brakes. Pretty grippy surface, look at that.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah, neat. So that felt pretty good. Now we're gonna go around to our next checkpoint, which is a slalom course. So we're gonna just flick it around and send it around a little bit. We've left some dust.
Course clear, go ahead.
All right, ready for this? Let's do it, full power. We're gonna get the front end in, look at that, sliding. We're gonna get it over, feel nice roll power. Oh yes, come on baby. I hear a little tire squeal. And now we're going to come to a stop here for our last section. So pretty soft car, very
Course clear,
understated.
go ahead.
But you can use the weight to kind of move it around. So, and now we go full rally style, full power around the big corner. Hell yes. Little angle, little angles, just coming in with speed, using the weight of the car to get it around. Off throttle rotation is great. Standing on it, big brakes, chuck it in, big power. Here we go, baby, around the big corner. Come on, chuck it in, chuck it in. And we're coming in for the stop. You just gotta really be patient.
Head on.
And then that's one lap. So now we're gonna go over to do a secondary lap. I mean, it is kind of fun.
Yeah, that was good.
What was your impression of the thing?
Yeah, a little soft. It's weird to hear tires squeal on sand.
Oh yeah, yeah, for
Dry,
sure.
hard sand.
And so let's launch it again, but this
Hey
time,
guys, you need to slow that down just a little bit, would you? This is just for a road track to see how it kind of handles. Clear, go.
okay, we can do just a cool down lap then, I guess. So they don't want us going fast. So they're like, come to a dry lake bed. Let's just be totally honest.
Yeah.
Don't drive it fast, even though it's just an open place. And then like drive 2 miles an hour. Because we weren't even going that hard.
Maybe they're worried about the the only car remaining.
I don't know. I gotta say, like, I love that Volkswagen, and I think we just need to be totally genuine. I love that they're trying to get more of a genuine, like, experiential thing. But, like, let us rip. And actually, guys, take a look at this. They fixed the rear-wheel drive, the NORRA car, so it's on some thicker tires, got a little bit more aftermarket suspension. It has in-car air filtration. If you take a listen, we'll get up close, you'll hear it. Pretty cool. And yeah, just about to take this thing out. I believe traction control is left on. From what I hear, it's possible they ran the entire NORRA race with the factory stock traction control. I think I've heard that before as well. And so I don't expect anything too crazy. Can't back it down into ESC Sport like you can on the all-wheel drive cars. But at the end of the day, what a cool thing it will be to drive a very monumental car in Volkswagen's history, I'll say. Also, good luck to me for sitting in those seats. Who knows if I'll fit, but that'll be kind of funny to watch. You join me inside the Volkswagen ID.4 rear-wheel drive car, and in the racing seat situation, which is actually, I fit just fine, pretty comfortable, gotta say. Good sight lines out of the car, it feels neat. Interestingly, there's no interior left. It's all kind of stripped away except for this top panel. I absolutely love everything about this. Every warning light you can imagine up here on the dashboard. I've gone into the vehicle ESP settings, and there's actually an ESC system menu, but it says the function's unavailable. And yeah, so unfortunately, hold on, if I hit deactivate now, oh wait, that's just for the roll function. So let's think, park, functions unavailable. I'm trying to trick the ESP system. Nope, no way to figure it out, unfortunately. I'm sure there's a secret code. Anyway, let's go run a lap in this thing and see how it does. We got the mode in sport, and we'll see what we can do. So, just heading out on track. Am I good to go?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here we go in the rear wheel drive. 201 horsepower in this particular one. Regen on. All right, so let's brake boost it, floor it. We're at about 80-70% state of charge. Wide open throttle. Instantly so much slower than the rear-wheel drive car, and heavy on the brakes. Much better grip. I just think there's so much less weight on that front axle. The seat's awesome. Hell yes, this is so cool. Send it through the slalom, full power. Let's see how this thing does. Steering is light. Look at this thing, full Full drifts, folks. ESP is off. Hell yes. Oh yeah, we figured it out. Whatever we did, we turned ESP off.
Good to go.
We can drift it. Let's go. Full power. This is what we want. ID.4 has such a great steering ratio and such great angle that we can actually get huge angle on like this. Yes, sir. Yeah, baby. Full send. Look at that. Chucking it around. Oh, yes. And we're coming back in. Yes! That's what I'm talking about. Great balance. Gonna do one more lap if that's all right with you.
It's fine.
All right, let's go do that again now that I've got a chance. I've yet to drive ID.4 with a fully disabled stability control system, but this thing lets you have the full beans. That's what I'm talking about. It's loud in here, but it feels cool. It's already getting hot, actually. Feels cool getting hot. And now we're just waiting for our go-ahead. And we got the drone there. Are we good to go?
Good to go.
All right, let's do it. Full send off the line. No wheel spin, doesn't have a ton of power. We're wide open down the straight. We'll do about 45, 50 miles an hour slamming on the brakes. Feels good. Still feels like it has ABS, but now traction control is off. Oh, we need this as a factory setting. This is full rally mode. All right, let's send it, shall we? Full power. Chucking it in. Oh, yes. Sending it the other way. Full lock. Yes, sir. Sending it around. And this way. Full send. Great balance. Really fun. It feels good. Oh, man, I wish this was in an ID.3. Let's build up some speed. Build up some speed. Send it in. Full rotations. Yes! Awesome! That's what I'm talking about. Full send, baby! What a great steering feel. Great throttle. Good power, too, out on this surface. And you just mat it. Just, for example, come in here, you mat the throttle, and you get good angle. It just really helps move the thing around. Thankfully, this day has a great ending with a fully ESP disabled ID.4 rear-wheel drive, the Nora rally car. Finally, we got some slip angle on, folks. That's what I've been waiting for all day. It was a little bit lackluster midday, but now that was worth it all. What a great experience. So happy I went for a ride. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.